Good day, Israel. This is the introduction of the Host of Heaven series. This starting processional video is to get your minds right about these hosts, who they are, what they are doing now or have done, and lastly, the ultimate fate. To be honest, all the superhero movies and your kids' cartoons are based around these hosts. Let's begin with Psalms 81. It'll be Psalms 82 in the KJV. Quote, God stands in the assembly of gods, and in the midst of them will judge gods. How long will ye judge unrighteously and accept the persons of sinners? Judge the orphan and poor, do justice to the low and needy, rescue the needy, and deliver the poor out of the hand of the sinner. They know not, nor understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth shall be shaken. I have said, Ye are gods, and all of you children of the Most High, but ye die as men, and fall as one of the princes. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Stop. I started with this passage because it encompasses all that this video series was meant to do. And that's to show you that these gods were supposed to uphold Yah's will throughout all the other nations. Notice, in verse 8, it says that the Most High will inherit all nations after he judges the earth, meaning my God, the God of Israel, is not in control of the earth as of now. No way my God is in control, and all this wickedness is not only allowed, but praised and glorified. By what other means can their sins reach to heaven? Also, in verse 6 and 7, the Most High is talking to the false gods of the nations to say, quote, I have said ye are gods, and all of you children of the Most High, but ye die as men and fall as one of the princes, end quote, could only mean the Most High is could only mean the Most High is not talking to Adam's mankind or those in Genesis 1's creation. I will need you to remember the fact of Yah saying they will die like men and fall as one of the princes. It will be very important to glean understanding later in this video with the last examples. Now let's go to Deuteronomy 17, 1 through 5 in the Septuagint. Quote, Thou shalt not sacrifice to the Lord thy God a calf or a sheep, in which there is a blemish or any evil thing, for it is an abomination to the Lord thy God. And if there should be found in any city, in any one of thy cities, which the Lord thy God gives thee, a man or a woman who shall do that which is evil before the Lord thy God, so as to transgress his covenant, and they shall go and serve other gods, and worship them, the sun, or the moon, or any of the hosts of heaven, which he commanded thee not to do, and it be told thee, and thou shalt have inquired diligently, and behold, the thing really took place, this abomination has been done in Israel. Then shalt thou bring out that man or that woman, and ye shall stone them with stones, and they shall die. Stop. Self-explanatory. Just trying to show the differences between the host of heaven, the sun, the moon, the stars, to show you that they are not the same. They are different. Another example, Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 10 through 12 in the Septuagint. Quote, They must certainly be born, for they cannot ride of themselves. Fear them not, for they cannot do any evil, and there is no good in them. Thus shall ye say to them, this is what we're going to say to them, future prophecy, let the gods which have not made heaven and earth perish from off the earth and from under this sky. Stop. Find it very revealing that it's no denoting this sky like there are multiple skies. But this is an end time prophecy, people. This has not happened yet. All the false gods of the nations will soon be on the earth. This is why it's so important to know who your God is, Israel. These false gods will be able to do miracles and show power, but those that know their God shall prevail and do valiantly. Trust in Yah in these last days. Call upon him for redemption and protection, because the scriptures attest the fate of the world lies in your hands, Israel. By us not wanting the Most High to be over us, or us subject to him, the whole world is in chaos. To change all of that, all you have to do is cry out to the Most High to be saved, and just sit back and watch all of the end time prophecies come to pass. Remember, Yah said not to be afraid of the false gods, because he has our back. Let's continue, shall we? 3 Kings 22:19 through 23. KJV is 1 Kings. And, quote, and somebody's name I'm not going to try to pronounce, said, "Not so. It is not I. Hear the word of the Lord. It is not so. I saw the God of Israel sitting on his throne, and all the host of heaven stood about him on his right hand and on his left. And the Lord said, Who will deceive Ahab king of Israel, that he may go up and fall in Ramoth Gilead? And one spoke one way, and another way. And there came forth a spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will deceive him. And the Lord said to him, Whereby? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a false spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, Thou shalt deceive him, yea, and shalt prevail. Go forth and do so. And now, behold, the Lord has put a false spirit in the mouth of all these thy prophets, and the Lord has spoken evil against thee. Stop. So, let me get this right. The Most High is sitting on his throne, surrounded by the sun, moon, stars, planets, anything else you can think of, and they are talking to him concerning Ahab, and they have the Most High's blessings to not only deceive Ahab, but they have his blessings to the point to where Ahab's life will be taken. No. So I don't think so. The host of heaven are the gods of the nations, or their kings of the earth, or their princes. I will back this up throughout this series. This is why the Most High told us not to make images of anything we saw in the sky, land, or water, because these things have power, and anyone with power will be worshipped. Don't believe me? To a lesser extent, just look at these celebrities and their fanatic, crazy as hell fans, or nowadays followers. Let's go to the next example.